Hi fans of high quality entertainment. Now I've done this, I guess the last time I did this was with seeing live concerts. I told my viewers 9 or 10 concerts that I had been to, like bands I had seen, and one of them was a lie. And so this time I'm going to say 10 things that have happened in my life, and just for fun, see if you can pick which one of the 10 is a lie. Maybe you'll be able to tell, you know. I'm a pretty good actor though. Thank you. Maybe you can tell by my actions or whatever. I think he's lying in that one. So here we go. And so leave your opinion below. And don't ruin it for others if you say, oh, I saw you talk about that in another video. I mean, just, you know, just don't give away anything. I'd appreciate it. So here we go. 10 things in my life. Which one am I lying about? Number 1. In 2010, I went to a Paul McCartney concert. I was 9 rows back, center stage, and before the concert, I got to go backstage and meet the band. I never met Paul McCartney. I won't lie about that. I never met him. But I met the rest of the band, and they were awesome. They were great. And it was a little bit of a disappointment not meeting Paul McCartney because he was visiting, I think it was Michael Bublé in another dressing room or something. But I never ever thought I would see Paul McCartney in concert. And there I was with Paul McCartney right in front of me. So I was very happy. And I never paid for the tickets because I had done a video for Paul McCartney's guitarist Brian Ray about a year before that. And so, being a nice guy he was, my wife at the time and I got to see Paul McCartney for free. That's number 1. You believe me, right? Number 2. In 2010, I almost died. Just imagine all of the videos you people would have missed if I had died. And I'll explain the car accident, but the night before the car accident, I was laying in bed, I wasn't sleeping, and I had my eyes closed, and all of a sudden, it's like I see this door, and the door opens slowly, and there's this white light, and there's these shadowy figures standing in the doorway, and I'm thinking, like, what is this, the gateway to heaven or whatever? And so I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to die yet, I don't want to die yet. You know, just saying that in my mind. And the next morning, I told my ex, my wife at the time, about this, and we just laughed it off because I thought it was kind of silly. And that afternoon, on the way back from picking her daughter up, me and my ex and her daughter driving along, and I guess I hit I hit a patch of black ice, and it was just snowing lightly. Hit a patch of black ice. Of course, the car started swerving, and we hit a road sign, flipped the car straight into like a 10-foot ditch, and we are totally fine. And also, just before that happened, for whatever reason, I was saying in my mind, please protect us. And so, that's story number 2. You believe me, right? You'll believe this story. Sure, I'm sure you will. I never got my grade 12 diploma until I was about 50 years old, because I quit high school in the middle of, I think, in the middle of grade 10. I'm always proud of that. The time I quit high school. I was just lost. I wasn't doing that well in school at that time. And, you know, years later, I got my grade 12 diploma. And that's why I'm the intelligent person you see before you today. You believe me, don't you? Number 4, I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. Even in my marriages or whatever, like, I'm not the yelling kind of person and fighting, and I'm easygoing. I lose my temper maybe once every 10 years, but I don't, you know, hit people. Don't you ever hit a woman or a cat. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that beautiful cat. But I don't know how, this was over 10 years ago. I was at a karaoke bar. I do enjoy karaoke, but I haven't gone too many times. But I was at a karaoke bar with a couple of friends, and we're, you know, I don't think I went on stage to sing that night. But there was this one guy who was kind of a little bit drunk, and he's on stage, and he couldn't sing, of course, but he's singing karaoke. But, you know, I'm just at the table, and we're just enjoying ourselves, laughing. Not laughing at him, but just enjoying ourselves. Anyway, at one point, I'm at the bar, and this guy, the guy that was up on stage, is getting another drink, and he's, you know, drunk and all that, and he says, "You're laughing at me." And it's, no, I wasn't. And I'm, you know, trying to calm him down. And I said, "I wasn't laughing at you. I was just enjoying the company I was with." And he said, "You were laughing at me." You know, he's drunk or whatever. And so he gets up and he punches me. And so first and last time I've hit a guy, I punched him back. And I wouldn't say I won the fight, but they broke it up, and he was kicked out of the bar. But it was a big shock to me, and I haven't been to karaoke since. But you believe that story, don't you? Okay. Now, maybe not all of you know who this is, but it's a popular rock band, Franz Ferdinand, if I can say it properly. And a couple of years ago, they did a collaboration with a band I love, Sparks, called FFS, and I saw them in concert and everything. And so after this, I did this video on Sparks about their discography. I did a review of all of their albums. And at one point, probably a couple of years ago, I guess, a year and a half ago, Franz Ferdinand's lead singer, Alex Capranos, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing it, he tweeted a positive comment about my video on his Twitter account, his official Twitter account. He watched my video, and he made a nice comment about it. So I thought that was pretty cool. That's another story. That's 5 stories. Number 6, my first wife, Nancy, passed away from cancer at the age of 40 in early 2004. I had once in a blue moon I'd get a psychic reading. Some were good. I believe there are psychics, but I also know some of them are BSing you. But this one reading was very good. I was very impressed with what she had to say. And she recorded it on this little cassette. And the next day I'm at work, and the place I was working at the time, you could listen to music. So I was listening to the playback of her reading for me. And at that reading, there weren't people around the table, recording. It was people further back. And at one point on the tape, just after she says, if you quit your job, you're going to need a chunk of change, and I heard my wife Nancy's voice saying Larry, and it was her. Your your wife or your husband or your boyfriend or girlfriend's voice. That was her voice, and I've actually still got the recording. If anybody wants to hear it, just message me and I can send it to you. But it didn't freak me out. I guess in a way it comforted me, and I don't know if she was trying to warn me about something. You know, the marriage didn't last. I have no idea, but it was her voice calling for me, Larry. On to another story, number 7. My beautiful girlfriend, Molly. And she will be in future videos, by the way, in the next week. Some of you wonder how we met. And we might do a future video on it, with more details and all that. But she met me through YouTube. Somehow one of my food reviews came up, and she watched my pita pit food review. And she told me that at the time when she first saw it, my very first video, she was thinking, he's eating in his car, he's doing a food review. She found it weird. And I think she found me a little weird. I don't know why. But I guess later on, maybe not right away, but later on she started to watch more of my videos, and then she finally, I guess slowly, started to like my personality, and she found some of the things I did funny. And so later on she added me on Facebook, and I always accept, some friend requests I'm careful with, and they're kind of fishy, and so I block the person. But she looked like an authentic Facebook page thing, so I accepted her. And later on, not right away, later on, we started talking to each other. So that's 7, 3 more to go. Have you found the lie yet? Did I tell you a lie yet? When I was very young, one of my first memories, I could have even been, I think I was either 4 or 5 years old. My mom had this beautiful dresser, with a big mirror and 2 side mirrors on each side that you could turn. I don't know if there's a name for that kind of dresser. But I used to sit in front of that dresser, and I used to actually, now even thinking now, there's new stuff. I used to look in the mirror and make faces and all that, and it would be like, like a Hard Day's Night at the end with all the different faces and all that. But I used to imagine I was like a talk show host or a variety show host. I don't know if it's from Ed Sullivan or what, or it was just but it was just natural to me. It felt natural. And I would be introducing acts and everything, and maybe, I don't know, trying to say funny things. I'm not sure. I don't remember that part. But I do remember, I don't know where this came from, but I named myself Mark Singing Song. Isn't that cute? Mark Singing Song. Singing Song is as in one word. So that's number 8. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Just a short little true story, because I wouldn't lie to you. I can't whistle. And I can't ice skate. I mean, I live in Ontario. So, skating, hockey, very popular. Most kids growing up know how to skate. My sons know how to skate. I tried a couple of times, but I'm a complete failure as a skater. And it's bothered me to this day. And on to the last one. As you know, some of you know, I love the Beatles. And I actually met in person Pete Best. And I'm trying to remember, I think I even got his autograph and I ended up throwing it out for some stupid reason. But it was at a Beatles convention in Belleville, Ontario, maybe 8 years ago, 9 years ago. And he did a talk. I could have actually asked him a question. I never did. But what I liked about him, I found him very personable, and he didn't seem bitter about what happened to him and the Beatles. I guess, he'd finally gotten money with Beatles anthology, and, so good for him about that. But he never seemed bitter. He didn't say anything really negative about the Beatles, and so I was impressed with him. So I got Pete Best. So there you go. There's 10 stories from my life. Which one do you think am I lying about? Is it the Paul McCartney concert, almost dying in a car accident, getting my grade 12 diploma at the age of 50, Franz Ferdinand's tweet about my video, getting into a fight, like a 30-second fight, a recording of my first wife's voice on a tape, Molly met me through my YouTube channel, the 5 years old pretending I'm a talk show host, I can't whistle or skate, or I met Pete Best. That's it. Have a great day. And remember, check out all the polls on my front page if you haven't already. At the very top in community, I post more than one a day now, and people seem to enjoy those, so check those out. There's about 150 polls there already. Bye. And I'll let you know the answer in a future video, probably the next video. So just keep an eye out for it. Bye.